I think it's just a very bad idea, and it's an encouragement. It says that, okay, if it's in our national interest, if it's in our economic interest, we in the United States will do whatever we want. And that's not a good thing, because, look, how are you going to stop Iran? Iran is doing or trying to do exactly the same thing. The NPT now is, if not dead, severely wounded. And that's really sad, because this is something that the United States, this was an initiative of the United States, and bad as it was, discriminatory as it was, it did keep back the world from becoming even more nuclearized. And now that it's gone, well, what's going to replace it? I must say, I'm very happy with President Obama's initiative. I think it's a very good thing. If the U.S. now signs on to the CTBT, it had, as you know, the Senate had rejected ratification
the
of
Comprehensive Test Ban Treaty.
Right, the Comprehensive Test Ban Treaty. But if the United States now shows its seriousness about getting rid of nuclear weapons, or seriously downscaling, and in particular agrees to the verifiable fissile materials cutoff treaty, so that the production of highly enriched uranium or weapons-grade plutonium is stopped, well, I think that there's practically no way that Pakistan or India will not follow. They can be then made to follow. And that, to me, is really the basic hope for getting to a nuclear weapons-free world.
Well, Pervez Hoodbhoy, we're going to leave it there. We thank you very much for joining us, nuclear physicist, disarmament activist, Pakistani professor in Islamabad. We also want to thank Frida Berrigan, peace activist, senior program associate of the Arms and Security Initiative at the New America Foundation. Her piece at Tom Dispatch is called, for the 64th time, No More Nuclear War. And we want to thank Dan Ellsberg for joining us, the country's best-known whistleblower. He's releasing installments of his internet book through this year. The latest piece is called Hiroshima Day. America has been asleep at the wheel for 64 years. And we will show on our TV broadcast, as well as on the internet for our radio listeners, that picture that Dan was describing, a picture of Dan Ellsberg holding a little Frida Berrigan many, many years ago. And that does it for this segment. But as we talk about the situation of escalation in the world, we're going to turn now to Iran after break. Stay with us.
Rulers of the nations, as you fuss and fight over who owns this or that and who has the right to design, build, sell and store and fire all the bombs and guns to defend your holy empire. There are children, hungry children, sick and dying. There are mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers crying. They're only pawns in your play of power and corruption. Slowly starve them, your new weapon of mass destruction. And prove to me, America, that you care. And prove to me, America, you're aware. Who's dying for your freedom in this land? Who pays the cost for the liberties you demand? Is it for freedom?